Here is our Grenadian oildown. The first thing that we do is pack the bottom of the pot with our breadfruit. We also leave a center spot in the middle so that we can start packing meat in the middle. Over here we have some figs and some carrots. You may notice as well that we have our calalloo, and it's not just any leaves. The calalloo also grows into the dasheen as its root. Where's our meat? We have meat here. You can use pretty much any meat in oildown, but we chose to use the legs. We also have our lucky salt meat, and if you don't have salt meat in your oildown, it's not oildown at all. These are our seasonings. Remember,
I like the curry
our
and
curry powder
in my
and also our saffron. We chose to mix it because we just think that curry has more flavor than your normal saffron. If you have the root of the saffron as well, you can use that. Later on, you'd see how we mix the dough for the dumplings. And remember, whenever you're cooking, you must have a thing on hand to refresh you. Too many chefs make the pot go sour, so remember, not too many chefs when you're doing a pot of oildown. Notice we are putting the meat right at the center of the pot. You can also put some closer to the top, but to get your meat nice and cooked, you also have it closer to the bottom. Am I going right, Miss Chef? At the center of the pot. You would notice that we now have figs in there, what you would call banana, but we Caribbean people would call it figs. I know that's not your normal figs, but this is what we would call green banana or figs. We have our carrots in there. You can also put pumpkins and cabbages, but we chose only to put carrots because we want our pot to be able to dry down quickly. Chef, is there anything else that you're going to put in this pot? It seems a bit that our chef is shy. She's better with her hands than with her mouth. So all we have left to do now is to throw some of our calalloo over there, and then our flour, which would knead into our dough to make our what, dumplings? Is that what you'd say? What do you call dumplings where you guys live? Dumplings? Oh, well, we have something in common then. The top of our carrots, we sprinkled some of our calalloo. It resembles what you would call spinach. Does it resemble spinach? It resembles spinach, but doesn't taste the same. It would normally melt down and give the pot a bit of its flavor and a bit of its color and, what should I say, its sauce, as Grenadians would call it, its juice. So we're blending up our coconuts a small amount at a time. Remember, before you use the coconut milk, you must strain it out. We don't want all the coconut husk, or Hershey as we would call it, in our coconut milk. And give it a good squeeze so you get all that good milk out of there. So is there a particular process for kneading the dough for the dumplings? Is there a particular process?
all of us and half of us will be here.
But normally when you're kneading the dough for the dumplings, you want it a bit tougher than the dough that you would need for bread, right? And the only thing you need in there is salt and water. 2 pounds of flour, about 3 cups of water. And now we have our coconut water mixed with our saffron powder being poured in.
If this piece breaks, it's gonna.
Are they in the lime still?
This piece is just hanging here. It's loose. This piece right here. Are you resting on it over there at all?
Okay.
No, I'm not at all. Can we?
I don't think it's more than that.
Go.
Now we're ready for our dumplings. Our pot is already on the fire. Remember, we want our pot boiling first so that our dumplings wouldn't stick together too much.
Sorry, it's not boiling.
Good.
I don't want to sing. Cut. She said my name. I don't want people to. So this is our pot as it's boiling on the fire. As you would see, most of the the coconut milk from the bottom has boiled up to the top. And most of it will be gone by the time our pot is done. We'll give our pot maybe half an hour to 45 minutes until it's done. Our pot is done, and now we're going to take it off of the fire.
It's burning, I smell it.
No, we don't say that in the region.
Right here. You want to set it down in or no?
Down lower?
Down in the hole here.
Oh, in the hole.
I don't know. Stay.
And you would notice that we still have a little bit of that sauce in there because you don't want it too dry.
If you dry, if it covered, it will stay hot. Okay, so we start dishing it out.
Well, yeah.
So let's get some bowls and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
The fire, you spray down. Make sure that you give it a good spray because we don't want any fire starting back up during the night. And don't spray
And
people.
remember, we are in the dry season right now, so. I didn't realize
So especially in a big pot like this, we like to dish out the different parts. We put the dumpling separate, the breadfruit separate, also the fig separate. Because it's hard to share from a big pot like this.
you want to get a piece of everything.
So how do you think the pot came out, Madam Chef? How do you think the pot came out?
It looks good, but looks could be deceiving.
Looks can be deceiving. Well, we're gonna have a
You said spoon?
These spoons are not. We have the spoon hiding there.
Oh, I don't need this after all.
If you have somebody else to help put some work.
This is the one that blew over there. Oh, that's a lot of stuff.
Oh, gosh, I think.
Be back for some more.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
do you want to tell us what these are, Pastor Derving?
You do. Go ahead.
So what we have here is the dumplings. Did you see that? Scratch that.
You don't have any breadfruit yet.
We actually doing is passing along. Go down to the end of the line again.
It's actually more like a tea.
What do you think, guys? Amazing.
This tastes like a potato.
Yeah.
So,
Breadfruit.
Yeah. Tastes like a potato.
What is this?
Is this like a vein?